From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big early morning of Early Morning LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. But we'll also be going over the breaking news from South Africa as Omicron is now the topic of discussion by the vaccine manufacturers. They have new updates, both Pfizer and Moderna today, all the latest details of their latest updates across the board. But more importantly, this signals now the White House is trying to get this recon done sooner than later. The breaking details direct from Santa Monica on this early morning's broadcast is that the House has now sent that recon off to the Senate and that the Senate has vowed to add more checks in there. And one senator, Chuck Schumer's office, says he's putting in an MSC to a viewer of this channel. Countless viewers of this channel have been told the same thing. Programs so far may be passing nearly $50,000 in that fourth stimulus recon, but no time or place to wait for fourth stimulus because guess what? Third stimulus is still paying out money across the board, and you're going to meet one viewer who has gotten, are you ready for this, $850,000 from third stimulus for friends and family. Oh boy, I'm going to introduce you as well to countless other viewers who have got to thousands of dollars this week, and one viewer got over $10,000. We'll be turning back to student loan debt forgiveness and then to fifth stimulus coming up in January. It's a big early morning's broadcast. I'm excited you're here because guess what? We know how to rock and roll. The toast is toasting. The toast is toasting, baby. The butter is buttering. The coffee is brewing, and we're almost ready for a little bit of bacon. The deliciousness of early mornings LA starts right here, right now, direct from Santa Monica as we get underway. Hey, good early morning, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day across the globe. And here we go into that incredible recon. That recon has a lot of money for you, and the Senate changes are coming across the board. Those Senate changes could add a lot more checks. They represent those senators, and they also represent an MSC. Oh my goodness! Off to the Senate we go, out of the House, and with potentially $50,000 to $60,000 of checks in there so far. But no time or place to wait. You can get your bills paid today. I'm going to show you in this video how. It's third stimulus, and one viewer getting $850,000. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that, and then fifth stimulus. Those details and more coming up in January. We got a jam-packed recording and the latest details out of South Africa. I'm excited you're here. This, my friends, is Early Mornings LA. How you doing? The toast is toasting, the butter is butter, and the coffee is brewing. And the bacon, we got some digital bacon, so we're getting better. We're just improving a little bit of time. So with that, I'm excited you're here, and subscribe. I want you part of this incredible family across the board. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video. 3,000 likes. Come on, hit that like button. And consider becoming a member. The link's under the video. Consider becoming a Purple Hawk today. And get that incredible newsletter to get those sums of money that comes out Monday through Friday. Finally, if you haven't signed up for those LA alerts, do so right now. And away we go into that House legislation off to the Senate. Has a lot of checks in that incredible recon that may pay a lot more than $15,000, what we initially thought. And what are they? We're going to go over the first cluster of checks. Here we go. Hazard pay got in there. And $4,000 of elder care. Wow, they got money in there to care for young children. They got the Pell Grant, $850 checks, $550 checks. They got the home repairs if you live in a low-income community, $3,600 of the CTC approximately for one more year. And then they got in there money, a lot of it, $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric car. Wow. And there you go. That is the deliciousness. Now, the first add-on comes from the illustrious Maxine Waters. It was to be $25,000, but it's a little bit less. And what is it? It is money for your first time home purchase. Wow. This is huge. How do you get it? I'm going to show you in a second as it comes up later in this video. Stay with me. We got a lot of checks to go through. Home repairs got in there, paid leave under cluster number 2. We also got in there the household tax credit and the big money for the pre-kindergarten. But what is this what is this home repairs? This one is weatherize your home. You know, it's the holiday season. You never know when Christmas carolers come knocking at the door or Santa's carrying lobster sauce. For one of them, you have to weatherize the home to make sure they don't get in. And let's go to the second incredible add-on of checks, and that comes the illustrious Bob Casey. He got it in there, and boys, a lot. He wanted $250. It got a little bit less. What is this? This is free home health care for my seniors and people on disabilities. Wow. Lots of checks is incredible, Recon. You're seeing how many there are. But the third cluster, that is the deliciousness cluster, because that is where the big checks are located. And let's go over those big checks right now. Here we go. They got in there free school meals for all, checks. They also got in there cheaper prescription medication, immigration reform, farmers, the free internet, then the workers like independent contractors, and the Medicare expansion. The Medicare expansion truly embodies what we're looking at right now, because the senators got 2 provisions added on the House side, and they vowed to add 3 more on the Senate side. Okay, what is this? On Medicare expansion, the House members got in there hearing and the Medicaid gap fixed. The senators vowed to add dental, vision, and also the incredible lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, which tees up the big thing you've been wondering about and the big push across the board, that MSC. And the breaking news on Early Mornings LA today is that one of the viewers picked up the phone and did what many of you have done before and advocated on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, spoke to Leader Schumer's office, and Leader Schumer, that is Chuck Schumer, the majority leader in the Senate, his office said Bernie Sanders is doing, per Chuck's instructions, the inclusion of an MSC to this recon. Wow. MSC, of course, stands for multiple IRS stimulus check. And this is not the first person to get that statement. Donnie's wife, Lorraine, and thousands of viewers over the last few months being told since the month of May that at least one or more stimulus checks from the IRS are going in on the Senate side. That's why you need to advocate. And that's what that one viewer said. She was in the live chat. Her name was Janet. She picked up the phone and advocated to Bernie Sanders' office, saying why she needs it. Don't use the word MSC, just explain the item and why you need it. Your financial situation, your business situation, your medical situation, and they want you to call. The best way to do it is to pick up the phone and call. Second best way is a voicemail, and the worst way is a mere tweet. You want to do more than that. And who are those senators you want to reach out to? They are Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. You want to pick up the phone and say why you need at least one stimulus check in this incredible recon. Pick up that phone and advocate, because guess what? They want to hear from you. The one of those 6 senators, his chief of staff, says they have received over 3 million calls from the LA viewers, a lot more than the American petition. We have dwarfed the American petition. Single biggest place of advocacy in the United States is now LALATE. Everyone's amazed by the number of touching stories. They have a better understanding of what Americans are going through because of the LA viewers. They have heartbreaking stories, and they voice the people across the nation, you LA, as you have become too loud to be ignored. Please continue your encouragement for the continued advocacy as the professional voice of the people you have become. And absolutely, you need to pick up the phone and advocate. Spend some time in the given week to pick up the phone and call those 6 senators and advocate why you need them. Again, you want to call Coons and Casey, and also Warren and Wyden, Sanders and Schumer, and pick up the phone and advocate. But also give yourself some time to advocate for your wallet. And what does that involve? Getting third stimulus money. The second half of this video, I'm going to meet one person who got $850,000 from third stimulus for 30 plus friends and family. You're going to learn the other viewers who got thousands of dollars this week. It should be you. I'm going to teach you how in the second half of this video. And the big money in this recon is going bigger for stimulus. It may be upwards of $50,000 as the Senate changes are coming across the board. The big details as that passage is now ramped up, and you're going to see something brand new on Early Mornings LA. One major piece of legislation is going for a vote as early as tomorrow to free up time to get your recon done faster. It's breaking on Early Mornings in the second half of this video. Student loan debt forgiveness and fifth stimulus, plus we'll have the latest details of what's going on in South Africa and how the U.S. is reacting to the news. Those details in the second half of this video. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now as Early Mornings LA continues direct from Santa Monica as that recon is off to the Senate from the House, and the Senate changes are going to be robust. In addition to the push for an MSC, other checks on top of the check so far, which may be nearly $50,000. All the latest detail. Get that pen and paper ready. Third stimulus paying out a lot of money to viewers this week. Did you get any money? You should have. I'll show you how to get the money and how one viewer got $850,000. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that, and then fifth stimulus, plus the breaking news out of South Africa. Those details and more as we go into the second half. I'm excited you're here, and this, my friends, is Early Mornings LA. How are you? I hope you're having a beautiful day across the board. Before this video with two shows on the 3 and 3:30. If you missed them, they're now archived. And coming up next is Countdown, and then I'm live on air at 9 a.m. Big slate of shows today, and with that, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. Go to the incredible link under the video and hit that subscribe button right now. Once you're part of this incredible family, I don't want you to miss any videos throughout the day. Also, like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Get that incredible newsletter that comes out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. that features the big money you can get. And consider sign up for those LALATE alerts so you do not miss anything that is happening. It's at news.lalate.com/alerts. And here we go into the dramatics of the second half with the breaking news out of South Africa. The breaking news out of South Africa today is that the doctor who first identified the variant out of South Africa says the 100-plus cases we have so far are very mild. So that's good news. But there's concerns that it spreads very quickly. It carries 10 mutations compared to Delta, which has 2 mutations. Meantime, do we know if the vaccines we currently have are resilient and work or do not? We do not know, and we won't know for about 30 days. But Pfizer announced yesterday that it has a new vaccine. It'll have a new vaccine ready for Omicron in less than 100 days, said its CEO. The day before that, Moderna's CEO said, for several days we've been moving as fast as possible to execute our strategy to deal with the variant. The concern is now spreading across the United States as New York has announced a state of emergency as positive rates in Western New York at 10%. Erie County has reported 91% of hospital beds completely taken. And now they have ordered all state health departments to halt non-emergency surgeries unless they are elective care to free up beds. The concern across the board is that while the variant has not been identified in the United States yet, it may already be here. It has been spotted in Belgium and also Italy. Travel restrictions started in the United States yesterday, and that was day one, barring travel for non-U.S. citizens from South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Botswana, Mozambique, and Malawi. Different restrictions have been implemented for different countries across the board. What does this mean for you and your recon? It means that there's a sense of urgency to get this recon done sooner rather than later. And that is good. And breaking news this morning is that as early as tomorrow, we could have a major vote on the debt ceiling limit, not the recon, but the debt ceiling limit to move it into January. Both Republicans and Democrats want to do it. And this will be good because it would free up some time for everyone to get this recon done on the Senate side. It's huge because the debt ceiling limit, they would basically just be extending it to January, say we're going to deal with it then. It's breaking. And we likely may see the House vote on this as early as tonight or tomorrow. Now let's go in this incredible recon. There's a lot of checks in there, and the first checks in this recon pay you a lot of money. The first one is paid leave, and that paid leave is $1,700 a week if you make $70,000 or more per year. $800 a week if you make $35,000 or more per year. $400 a week if you make $15,000 or more per year. And who qualifies for it? Well, for example, let's say you are a senior, you stay at home with your son and daughter, but they take off from work once a week to take you to the doctor. So when they take you to the doctor and lose a day at work, they're going to get the check for the household. They got in there a raising up of the SALT cap. It's currently $10,000 on the Trump administration. It will go to $72,500 under the recon of what you can deduct in state and local taxes on the federal tax return. They got in there $40 billion of free job training. Wow, definitely needed because millions of Americans weekly quit their job for a higher paying job. And a lot of seniors are wanting going back in the workforce because the pay is so good, they will be allowed to, under FIST stimulus, and still receive their retirement checks. They got the Medicaid gap fix in there. That is huge. What is that? That's 12 Republican governor states that refuse to pay for Obamacare. Now they'll offer it. Now that those states will offer a workaround plan, which will be years of subsidized private insurance to low income and uninsured people. Wow. Which brings us to the best provision of this entire recon, $150 billion for housing. And the first three provisions repeat from third stimulus. Yes, rent, utilities, and food and internet. And the new three are house repairs, weatherize your home, and also the first-time home purchase. But as the graphic says, you don't have to wait for fourth stimulus. You can get it right today under third stimulus, where viewers on average have gotten $45,000 for this channel, and you can as well. First, get that pen and paper ready. Second, let's look at these incredible sums of money. These are viewers that report success stories in just the last 7 days. We have Jay Grant who says, I want to thank you. I got another $5,000 for rent. I thank you so much. I speak for all of us. We love you to death, Purple Power. Love you back, Jay Grant. Scarpia got snapped. Melissa says she got 3 items, $10,000 in just a few days. Larica got free lumber to 2022 because her house is powered by lumber. I love Chris's story. Chris had $10,000 he got from rent and utilities previously from this channel. He heard me saying, get another round. He did. He got another $5,000 for 2 items, including rent. He says, I would have never known about this if I wasn't watching you. I really appreciate your work. Really appreciate that. Sophia got 3 items. And then Kathy, brand new today, she got 3 items, nearly almost $6,000. She says, I want to thank you, LA. You're a godsend. Love you back, Kathy. Mary Lou, boy, she embodies everything. She got 3 items, including $900 a month for rent. So it shows you can get big sums of money. She says, I appreciate you so much. You're the best. Morale, wow, she did great. She got 1 round, then previously got another round and thinks the third round's coming. Get that pen and paper ready because I'm going to go over how you get this big sums of money. First, you qualify. You qualify if you're adult, young, on benefits, not on benefits, behind on bills, not behind the bills, red state, blue state, children, not children. You qualify, and it's rent, utilities, more. Get that pen and paper ready. We're going to start with the rent, and the rent is a lot of money. It was $20,000 to $30,000 about 3 months ago. This was the graphic then. Now viewers are getting a lot more. Imagine how quickly it has changed. Here was the graphic about 3 months ago. It's now $80,000. Actually, now it's $40,000 for rent. Where are the places you get the rent? This is all for my members of the newsletter. It is from the following 6 places: City Hall, City House Authority; County Hall, County House Authority; State Hall, and State House Authority. And the key words you say are rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. Here are the 3 musts. You must reach out to all 6 places. Number 2, you must put applications everywhere, not just one place. And you must get multiple rounds. If you got a round early this year, get another round. And if you got a round yesterday, get it from a different company today, different organization today. Do the same thing for mortgage assistance. Here is SNAP. Here's utilities. And boy, it's gone up a lot. Mark's brother-in-law getting $15,000. Get those utilities assistance because of COVID. Which brings us to then SNAP. Boy, if you got a third stimulus check, why are you paying for your food? You need to go on SNAP. Contact Department of Agriculture, and it's now paying upwards of $25,000 a year to Mark's brother-in-law. Yeah, that's $250,000 over 10 years he's going to get from this channel. Get that from Department of Agriculture. Next, get multiple sums. It started with Nisi and Art Sullivan. They got 3, and they've inspired all the viewers of this channel. Mark at the time had 32,000 with 2 items. I told Mark to get his third. He did. He went from 32 to 50,000. Now he's over 100,000. Lorraine at the time was 105. I said get more money, and she did. She's now at over $120,000, which brings us to the incredible inspiration of a guy who has gotten $850,000 from third stimulus. His name is Johnny, and you can be the next Johnny. What happened? Johnny was one of 3 viewers who started a particular week on this channel watching. By the middle of the week, he went from $0 to $45,000 in 3 days. And those other 2 viewers did the same thing. 3 programs, 3 days, $45,000. Good. But he heard my recording saying, get more money. Johnny really pays attention. Incredible details covered in this video. And he doesn't paraphrase it. He does exactly what I said. By the weekend, he got 7 programs approving himself. That means he had to call at least 15 phone calls. Because guess what? You're not going to get all yeses. He clearly got some no's. But 7 programs approving him. How much did he get? $80,000. Part 2 is Johnny's story starts the following Monday. He reached out to his family members and say, hey, I got $80,000 last week. They said, from who? That YouTube channel, LALATE, that everyone's talking about. Oh yeah, I've heard about LALATE. And they said, where'd you get the money from, Johnny? He said, third stimulus. They said, third stimulus. I watch cable news. I never see the cover this. I never heard of anything in that. He says, they don't cover it. He does. And those 2 family members went from non-believers to believers in the end of the week, and they each had $50,000. It embodies the landscape of where we are right now because LA is now the number 3 financial news channel in America. The number 1 covers stocks. The number 2 covers the economy and oil and crude and things like that. And this channel covers geopolitical news. So there will be some subjects I cover, they don't cover. And there'll be a lot of subjects they cover, I won't cover. And that's why it's important to tune in here. The third part of Johnny's story, it's the part you've been wondering, $850,000. He reports the following over the weekend. Here's the latest update for you. Started helping with my mom, and then her friends started stopping by and asking what I was doing. This is after the 2 family members. Well, I told them all about you and LALATE. It snowballed from there. What did he do? He told them to watch this channel, told him his success stories, and also gave them advice as to what he had heard in the videos on this channel. I helped with your channel 32 people. And the last count, $850,000. Yes, that is the power of this channel. That is the power of information. And that's why you want to become a member. If you haven't become a member, at least subscribe. Go into this video right now and hit that subscribe button. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes. And also become a member to get that incredible newsletter that comes out Monday through Friday that features all this incredible money in that recon across the board. Now let's turn back to the exciting details of where we left off in 4 stimulus recon. And that 4 stimulus recon had 2 other provisions in there for housing, 3 other provisions in there for housing. First one is home repairs, low-income community. Then weatherize your home. That's like windows and glass and roof, all types of homes. And then finally, first-time home purchases. Wow, that's incredible. Next provision they got in there, $150 billion of care for elderly people for home health care and seniors. Then they got $550 checks for the Pell Grant recipients, and then the big surprise, $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric car. This is one of the topics a lot of people on this channel are talking about. If you went into a dealership last year, the year before, it would say something like $30,000 minus $7,500 federal rebate for purchasing this electric car. So you would go and pay $30,000 at the register, then file tax return, wait, and wait, and then you get a refund check from IRS, $7,500. This is different. This means you go into the dealership, you look at the window sticker, and it's going to say $30,000 minus $12,500. You literally pay that minus $12,500 at the register. Wow. Federal government will literally give a check at the time of transaction, time of purchase to the seller in your behalf. Now, one of the provisions in here I think they have to change is which cars. They say U.S. labor, but I think there's a provision that violates U.S. trade policies between Mexico and Canada. It says encourage one car over another car. I don't think you can do it. Here's a case in point. Ford Mustang Mach-E versus Cadillac Lyric. They are both U.S. auto manufacturers. They're both electric cars. They're both made by unionized labor. The only difference is the Ford is made by union workers in Mexico, and the Lyric is made by unionized workers in Tennessee. The Lyric qualifies and not the Mustang. I don't think you could do it. Then they got $65 a month in there for nutrition checks. And then we get to the best provisions of the entire recon, which is the big money for cheaper medication. Oh boy. Day one, 20 medications will be cheaper right out the board. The most expensive medications like diabetes, cancer, and arthritis. Insulin, for example, will go from $1,000 to $35 a dose. This is the most expensive medications like Medicare Part B and D. It'll grow to 30 medications by 2028, but the medications cannot increase more than the rate inflation per year, or there's a penalty provision. Penalty provision? You can't do a penalty provision in recon. So says Pat Toomey, the Republican senator. I think he's right, and I think it's going to come out, along with immigration reform, which the Senate parliamentarians previously said can't go in there, and also paid leave. When you look at this graphic, 15,000, you really see instantly now that's a lot more money than that. It really is, at least on the House side, before we even get to the Senate side. The House legislation has in there the first-time home purchases and has in there everything from third stimulus repeated that paid you $45,000. So 45 plus 15, well, I mean, we're over 50,000 before we have those add-ons, and the senators vowed they're adding a lot of other checks in there in addition to an MSC. And those 6 senators you want to advocate to represent, it's one of the best bills since the 1960s, but there's major gaps. Those are Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer all represent there's major changes to be made to that incredible recon. And get that pen and paper ready because it's time to go over some more checks right now. They got in there the pre-kindergarten. Wow. This is 1 year front end check. They got in there the child credit, which is a back end check 1 year. The CTC, the child tax credit front end, approximately $3,600 1 year. Earned income tax credit back end 1 year. Home health care covered benefit. The Medicare hearing aid, that's a check. We went over the housing, the food, and also the Pell Grant. So what does Bernie want to add in there? Bernie wants to add in there, in addition to that MSC, lower the eligibility age of Medicare, dental, and vision. Okay, so let's look at that. Bernie wants to drop the Medicare eligibility age. It's currently 65. He wants it to 55. Ooh, I don't know if he can do that. I think that's going to be too expensive. Bob Casey wants it at 60. I think that's more possible. Then Bernie wants to put in there dental. He previously wanted 10 years of full benefits. Ooh, don't think he can do that. That's too expensive. They last had an $850 check in there. I don't think that cuts it. It's too cheap because procedures cost more than $850. Last, Bernie said 3 years full benefits. I think that works. He wants to put in there also vision. Very simple. Eye exam, pair of frames per year. Very simple. Unless you're dealing with the frame wars. Then it gets sort of complicated. We'll go over more about this later, but let's turn now to that student loan debt forgiveness. Executive order. Yeah, president has an offer on the table. Executive order, $10,000. Take it. Democrats should take it. President previously forgave student loan debts for an individual who became disabled after graduation. People went to work in the public sector. People went to work in the nonprofit sector 10 years after graduation. Democrats should take it. This stimulus. Have you gotten that color raise letter? If you haven't, don't worry. Your benefits are going up January 1, 5.9% across the board. That's that Social Security Administration letter. You automatically are going up. You don't have to receive the letter to get it. Now, it's not enough. Why? Because the benchmark currently is COLA. They want to remove that COLA benchmark and replace it with an inflation benchmark so that they're going to raise your benefits up lifetime, then apply that new inflation benchmark in December 2022 and every year thereafter. Inflation is going to be 3%, so this is an easy one. They want to remove the income cap, remove the asset cap, and remove the marriage penalty. And love is going to win, and you'll be able to do a marriage dance and consider becoming a member. Finally, if you haven't become a member, what are you doing? Click the link under this video and become a member today to get that incredible newsletter. It goes out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system and the LALATE alert system. Membership is important because it features in there the 6 nonprofits you reach out to, the five nonprofits you reach out to, the 6 places you reach out to for the rent, the keywords you say, the money from Treasury. It's very important that these big success stories have all come generally from members. Non-members who watch the video can succeed as well, but ultimately the viewers who send me messages saying, I did, it didn't work, and I look at what they did, it's a version of what I say. There's a reason why this is a breaking news, exclusive news channel, financial news channel, but also informational, educational, because what I teach is very specific. So doing a version of it may not result in the achievement. What's a version of it? Calling one place and calling it a day. That's not what I said. Or calling one place and using the incorrect keywords. Very, very important to listen to the video. Coming up next is Countdown and then Mornings LA live on air. But boy, have you seen the excitement? Well, yesterday on this channel, you got a look at the 2021 Christmas tree of LA. It was exciting. We looked back to 2020 and compared the Christmas tree park then with the one today. A new Holidays LA comes up today, and here's a preview of what to anticipate with Holidays LA, in which we continue the endeavor to deliver that Christmas tree for the holiday season. And that is Holidays LA. Join me daily on this channel, live on air at 11 a.m. for Holidays LA, what many viewers are calling their most favorite show on this channel. It's represented in the viewership because, boy, it's been a big success this 2021 season. What's different this time around is the first half is the latest update on financial news, and the second half is holiday decor. But this time it is live interactivity, so I go right into the live chat and ask questions and receive answers back from viewers about their suggestion for the subjects we're covering. This week we'll feature more about the LALATE Christmas tree coming in from the Christmas tree park and go over how to prepare your tree for that holiday season. Very exciting details across the board. It's a very, very busy week, and with that now indication that they're going to get the debt ceiling limit moved to January to free up the recon. Boy, very exciting. The House will go back into session as early as today, and a vote on that debt ceiling limit moving the goalposts is coming as early as Wednesday. Very, very exciting details. Meantime, boy, also exciting, getting a cow and a rib-eating guy in the same room. Oh, who thought about this type of stuff? It's Sirloin and Blaine 66. I mean, we have not seen Blaine 66 in a year. You know, where has he been? I mean, first he was working at SBA, remember? And then he was working in Mitch McConnell's office for one day. Uh, remember it was the KFC and then Mitch because he just loves barbecue. Blaine, I have no idea where he's working now. We know that Sirloin is in the meta universe, so maybe they've bumped into each other. Maybe they bumped into each other in the meta universe, or maybe they put a scarf over the whole thing. But here again is the debut of one of the most anticipated shows coming to this channel, the limited engagement holiday special series called Calcino, featuring Sirloin and also featuring appearances by Javita Late, Blaine66, and sporadic appearances by myself. Here again is Calcino. Wow, that is a lot. Meantime, what is my opinion of where I think things are going? Well, the president's poll ratings continue to fall. Week after week, the President Biden's poll ratings are now the second worst in U.S. history, just slightly better than Donald Trump's. The reason at issue is that the president is not resonating well with the American people. They're very concerned about inflation. Yesterday, he had meetings in the White House, some in person and some remote, with leaders of corporate America about supply chain. But the issue is inflation, and it has not been brought under wraps. The president, when addressing Omicron, has said that, he wants to focus on vaccinations, but he also needs to focus on growth. And the concern that I have is whether Omicron will stifle growth like travel and leisure. If it does stifle growth, then we could have a very big concern. And that concern is what's called stagflation, where you have inflation going up and then growth stalling. We don't have that yet, but it's a very difficult balancing act. And OPEC and their oil reserves and their oil prices is really guiding the situation. If you've known historically and watched historically what has happened for things like this, if you do not have gasoline prices under control, you just have a lot of problems. You just really have a lot of issues. So those issues are among what the president's trying to address in amidst falling poll ratings. Going into last weekend, I said president's trying to get this recon done faster because of his falling poll ratings. Now with Omicron on top of that, those pushes are happening across the board. Boy, we got a big slate of shows, though, coming up later today. Coming up next is Morning's Countdown at 7 a.m. And then we have LALATE live on air on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. We have Mornings Crypto at 10 a.m. live on air. And then back every day at 11 a.m. Holidays LALATE. Oh, well, just a lot of great stuff coming up today. I can't wait to see you. With that, make sure you become part of those LA alerts, but also I want to make sure that you subscribe. Go right down to this video right now and hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Every like helps in the algorithm ranking. Let's do it. Consider becoming a member. Get that incredible newsletter today so you get all that big money from Third Stimulus. And consider sign up for those LA alerts, which is also in this video, so you get alert when a new video goes live. It's a big day, and the excitement starts here. And with that, I want you to be part of this incredible family. Hope you had a beautiful morning. It's just been a great day, and it's just getting started. I hope to see you throughout the day and on the next show as well. And Overnight's Crypto currently playing on this channel. The butter is buttering. The toast is toasting. Is it going to pop up eventually? There it goes. The coffee is brewing. And the bacon is bacon. Those details and more. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful early morning to LA. And stay here. Stay positive. And as always, stay with LALATE for more.